Okay, so before we start, everyone needs to put 2 strain on their characters to represent the strong winds and the icy snow that's basically been blowing in while you've been climbing this mountain.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Sweet. Okay, I changed it. Go.
Okay, so you stand at the bottom of a steep stone rise clad in snow and ice. It's not especially tall, but you'll need to brave the elements and exert yourself to reach the top. A path continues upward in a tight switchback, exposed to the howling winds. To your left, a tall evergreen tree brushes against the cliff face, where smaller trees cling to the cracks in the rock. A more direct route would be to scramble straight up the rock and ice into the valley above. In any event, you must go up if you're going to rescue Romand. What do you do?
Does anyone have high perception or stuff like that to check? To make sure the terrain
perception
is unstable?
I think perception is based on cunning, if I remember.
I believe that would be correct.
Yeah, it is cunning based.
I got 3 cunning, so it probably would be me, if anything.
I only have 2, but I have 1 perception. So I've got a yellow and a green.
Yes.
Perception, I've got 1 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, well then
I'm on the yellow green.
definitely better.
I mean, you're welcome to make an easy perception check. Anyone that wants to give that a shot.
I'll do a perception check.
Okay, so that's a success and 2 advantage. So there are several ways to get up this next part. You could try and march on despite the cold. You could try scaling the cliff fairly directly. You could try climbing a tree and leaping from tree to tree. You could look for another path, or you could try making some climbing gear out of some bits and pieces that you've been carrying.
I don't know if we have bits and pieces that we've been carrying to make it into crap.
You all do. It's part of the beginning.
We all have crap.
I think I could scale the rock.
I'm going to make climbing gear.
Okay, so you're going to need to make an easy mechanics check for climbing gear.
Is the difficulty set up for that already?
Hang on. Didn't actually roll difficulty on the last one, did we? Oh, well, doesn't matter.
So, mechanics check?
Yeah, but before you do that, at the top of your sheet, you should have a section there where it says dice pool.
Yep.
Okay, so in the dice pool part, the purple triangle on the right-hand side is your difficulty. So an easy is 1 difficulty. So you put that up to 1, then click off on the sheet somewhere else, and then you can roll your skill. Yep, there you go. So you succeeded, you've made some climbing gear. And Surrender has also made some climbing gear. So you've you both have scaled the cliff using some climbing gear.
So
and at the bottom of the chat window, you should have a bit where you can choose who you're talking as. So you can basically choose your character out of that list.
I think the idea that I get from Pawn's bio is that he's kind of I feel like he seeks out danger. He likes to prove himself. So how crazy would it be for Pawn to try and just do it by hand with bronze?
You could definitely give that a shot. I think that would possibly be his best effort, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for that.
Okay, so that's an athletics check. Still easy difficulty.
Wait, so what's this for?
This is Pawn
scaling
trying
the rock.
to
I'm also
get
going to scale the rock, but I'm going to forgo the climbing gear. No pain, no gain.
Didn't you make the climbing gear though already?
I have not rolled the climbing gear. No. Teres and Surrender have.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I did it without a. No, I did that without a difficulty.
Okay. Re-roll it.
My bad. How do you?
So at the top of the sheet, you should have your dice pool there.
Gotcha. All right, and then just press 1 on the purple?
Yep, and then click off of it, because otherwise it won't register that you've actually changed.
Okay. Cool. Then I'll go down and press the button next to athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So you're
well,
still
4
very
successes.
much done it. You're definitely at the top of the cliff. So now we just have Dow to make the attempt.
Probably I'm going to go with the mechanics roll. I'll probably build it rather than try and scale up with brute force, I'm thinking. So I'll go with building, I think.
Okay.
Knowing me and my luck.
No, you've not
wash.
managed to climb the cliff.
He fell. He died.
So,
Game over.
one of the other characters, probably Tarast or Surrender, have used their climbing gear to lower a rope back down to you to help pull you up.
What do I have to roll for that?
No.
But we're not going to let you live it down.
So,
It's going to be, remember that time we were climbing that cliff?
Oh yeah, and we made sweet love at the top. Yeah.
having reached the top of the steep climb, you pause a moment to take in the view. You are now quite high above the slopes of the mountains, and spread out before you is a tapestry of icy peaks, snow-clad forests and rolling hills. Above you still is the forbidding summit of Mount Telek, reachable only by passing through a densely wooded valley. You figure it's at least another hour of hard going before you can reach the temple, where Malfax, hopefully, is holding your mentor. But before you can resume your hike, a flickering, ghostly figure appears before you. He appears to be an older Syrian male, wearing simple robes, but entirely comprised of silvery blue light. "Hello," says the figure. "I am the Gatekeeper.
Nice.
Welcome to my valley. You handled the climb well. You may be useful, but first, I need to know what is your purpose here."
You're doing that well.
Nice. Yeah. Pawn steps forward and says, they're looking for Heathen Romand. She's a mutual friend who's been taken by forces of darkness.
Right. Well, I can tell you one of two things. She has been taken, yes. And a man named Malfax, who is dark as night, has been holding her up in the temple.
Well, that's a bit of a problem because I think we could have all told you that. Is there anything?
Taras chuckles.
Is there nothing else that you can tell us?
Well, I guess the temple is my home. You can see what's left of its spires above the trees from here as far as the end of the valley. It is a sacred place strong in the force. I will not allow it to be defiled.
I believe the person who took our mentor seeks to defile your temple.
Aye, Malfax is a dark art. His darkness, the dark side, is just covering the valley and changing the creatures here. They're being corrupted, and they're likely to attack on sight.
That's not good.
Would you want to escort us?
Let's see. I think you need to roll a check for convincing him here. I think negotiate
Usually charm, maybe?
against...
Okay, yeah, negotiation.
I think is cool. So you're going to put in a difficulty of 2, and then upgrade the difficulty by 1.
So 3.
So that would be 1 purple and 1 red.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
you take 2 of the purple and you upgrade 1 of the
Yes.
purple.
So it's red. So 2 purple, 1 red.
No, 1 purple, 1 red.
Oh.
One of each.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Nice.
I guess I can help you. You should know that not too far ahead there are some hunters in a ruin. They are likely to try to ambush you. I cannot interfere, and you will still need to agree to help me once we reach the temple.
what do you require as help?
Well,
That was an awkward
my
pause.
temple being occupied by Malfax, I wish the villain removed before his corruption of the Sacred Valley becomes permanent. The question is whether you are the people or not to do it.
What do you guys reckon?
Well, I mean, it's 4 against 1. How bad could it be? 5 if you count the... Sorry, what was your name again? I
am the Gatekeeper.
Spirit. Sure, Gatekeeper. That's 5.
5-on-1 would win.
Yeah,
I
okay.
cannot interfere. I am not
Oh,
physically
well,
in
aren't
this
you
plane.
just a bundle of joy.
I mean, you could spot for us. You could tell us if he's like hiding somewhere, or we could figure something out. I'm sure.
It
If you want, you
helps
can
if I
take all
actually
that
show myself to you rather than talking from some invisible plane.
Maybe we could use you as a distraction. Maybe you
Oh.
could go and talk to him. We ambush him from behind. Give us.
I
time to
completely forgot that he was
plan.
just like like an entity. Can you just look menacing?
If you need the zoom as well, that's on the map up the top right, next to where the chat
Oh, great.
window and all that is. That's the little slider there. So if you need to zoom in on anything, you can do it there.
Oh, we are way on the other side. I thought we were somewhere else. I did not see us there.
Yeah, you're down the bottom of the map.
Yeah. Cool.
So we've come from the right down the bottom.
You've basically come directly from that cliff behind you.
Oh, okay. So we can still.
So
go
we
to
were by the
right.
river.
Yes.
Gotcha. Gatekeeper, I have another question, if I may.
Indeed.
The hunters up ahead, you said that they would probably attack us on sight.
That is correct.
Are they too being influenced by the
Yes,
darkness of
the
Malfax,
dark
or are they
side
just protecting their
across the
territory?
valley is indeed affecting the hunters just as much as it is all the creatures.
I see. Is there a way to save them? I suppose beyond removing Malfax altogether.
You could try knocking
Is
them
there
out
anything we can
rather
do
than
for them
killing
now,
them.
or? Okay. Yeah. No, that's. I mean, good to establish it. I look at everybody like, is that what we're gonna try that?
Ah, that's great. Well, we'd obviously have to sneak then, if we're going to try. And
There
do it
is no
stealth.
way to sneak past them. They're expert hunters and they detect you well before you reach them.
Oh, man. Well, knocking them out's going to be difficult then. Are they ranged? Do they have weapons?
That, I believe, is a question that I am not going to answer until you've proved yourselves worthy.
How do we prove ourselves worthy?
I will go siege and roll in and persuade him to tell us without having to prove ourselves.
Okay, so you want to use a charm check?
No, because
Flash my boobs.
be a coercion check.
Coercion, okay. As in coercion, you're trying to threaten him?
No, persuade. Coercion is also means persuade.
Well, not according to this game, but normally yes, but in this coercion is basically...
I can go charm as well, either way. I can play either way. It's the same dice roll for me.
Okay, so charming... yeah, you're going to need to roll against his cool as well. You, however, must take a setback dice on that as well. So what you need is 1 black, 1 purple, 1 red.
Oh, damn.
The setback is because you failed to climb the mountain.
Yeah, fair call. Where's charm? There's charm.
You're very exhausted from the attempt.
Nice.
Okay. They are
We are
carrying
doing well so
both slug thrower rifles and melee weapons.
Slug thrower. Doesn't sound so bad.
Slug thrower is a weapon that fires ammunition rather than energy-based like most Star Wars weapons. So, for example, the Tusken Raiders use slug thrower rifles. So do these hunters.
They're projectile rifles.
Yes,
I think the official term is kinetic projectile, but anyway.
but the Star Wars term is slug thrower.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to venture forth now, or do you think we've got enough information?
Yeah, I say we keep moving. We We do need to find Heathen.
Sweet, but you're gonna tag along, aren't you, bro?
I will follow you, but I still am trying to determine whether or not you are worthy to be the ones to cleanse this valley.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we
Yeah.
can ask you for advice.
You don't have a lot of options, but sure. I mean, that's fine.
A group of hunters now approaches the position. It is a good idea to maybe set up ahead of them and get in ready to attack inside the ruin.
Whoa, we just teleported.
Yeah,
Okay.
we moved past the hunters' camp. We're at the ruins right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I would take it as a kindness if you would try to leave them alive. I believe that was your plan, but if you're absolutely having to, you can kill them.
Well, it's certainly ideal to keep them alive. I think that they are probably innocent.
Then the gatekeeper is gone. You press on through the snowy trees until you reach the ruin he mentioned, hiding yourselves seconds before the first of the fur-clad hunters enters the ruin. He holds an old-style slug-thrower rifle, and his face is dabbed with blood. Soon the entire group of hunters is in the center of the ruin, and now it is time to strike.